feel like Thursdays are for slow flow and today's gonna be like super slow flow. So I hope you get something out of what you came here for today, and that you can surrender a little bit into the less is more mantra of today. So connecting with maybe just the breath and trying to deepen that and trying to lengthen that. This is really, when we go into slow flow, a really awesome time to connect with the breath and really dedicate to staying connected to that as you take those really slow movements. Harder to stay connected with the breath when we're moving at a higher pace. So hopefully that's something you can find today. Maybe just check in where the mind's going. And see where you can set the mantra for today, what you can focus on. Maybe even using that Shavasana pose as like a symbol for what you can let go of, what you can release today. As we start to invite some movement into the body, you can decide if it's good for you, but you can maybe keep the eyes closed and look in a little deeper. So just to begin, we're on our inhale, we're gonna flex our feet. And on our exhale, we're gonna point our toes. Just take a few breaths like that, stretching out the calves. So really flex so much that even the heels might lift a bit. Don't worry too much about what to do on the inhale, and on the exhale, just move with your own breath. And on the next inhale, we'll bring the arms up overhead, point the toes. Lift the belly towards the sky, make a nice arch in the back. And then exhale, you're gonna bring just the right leg into the chest. Give it a deep hug for a breath or two there. Maybe even you can pull it to the side body. Give the ankle a couple rolls in one direction, in the other. And then you're gonna flex that right leg up to the sky. So making an L shape with your legs. And you can grab onto your strap or your pseudo strap today. So whether it be a strap or a scarf or a towel, you're gonna wrap that over your right foot so our left leg's extended. And if you don't have a strap, that's also okay. You can just bring the hands behind the thigh as well. And then really think about bringing the toes closer to the face and pushing the heel up to the sky. Check in that the shoulder blades are down, pressing into the mat. Maybe you can bend at the elbows a little bit so that you're not stretching the arms too high up, really focusing on that right leg. Really thinking about bringing that right leg into that hip socket. And then we're gonna slowly let that foot come out, opening the hip. You might put your left hand on your left hip to remind it to ground. And only come as far as where you can keep the left glute on the ground. So if that starts to lift, that's your pause spot. And then you're gonna pull the toes back closer to the face again. Keep flexing through the heel. Next inhale, you're gonna bring that left leg back up to that 90. Switch hands on the strap and let that leg come over, crossing the body. Now we're not gonna come all the way in the twist just yet. Push through the heel, bring the toes towards the face and feel that stretch through that right IT band. And then try to keep thinking about keeping that right hip on the ground. Right glute on the ground. And then from there, on your next exhale, just let that leg come to the ground, come into the full twist. That right arm can come out. Don't worry about forcing the shoulder to the ground. Nice gentle twist at the start of the class. Just continuing to take those deep breaths into the belly during the twist. And then on your next inhale, we're going to bring that leg all the way back up. Use the core. And then release that foot out of the strap. Set the strap down. Bring the legs out nice and long again. Arms up overhead, back into that full body stretch. Lift the belly up as you arch the back, point the toes. Stretch the hands, deep inhale. As you exhale, bring that left knee now into the body, maybe to the side of the body. And give yourself a couple ankle rolls in one direction. And take it in the opposite direction. And then maybe grabbing the strap or just hands to the back of the thigh, either one. You're gonna hook that left foot, strap or towel, whatever. Try to keep that right foot flexed, toes pointing up. Left toes come back towards the face as you push that heel up towards the ceiling, trying to really straighten out as much as you can. Of course, if your leg needs to be down, wherever the stretch feels good for you. The goal is really to get that knee straight though. So if you just have to bring the leg further away from the body, that's fine. Or stretching out through the back of the knee. It's really hard muscles to really get into, and that's why we pull the toes closer and push through the heel. We really stretch through there. All right, so right hand comes to right hip. We slowly let that left leg open up. Keep that right glute on the ground, so then stop wherever that doesn't allow. Obviously engaging the core here to protect the lower back, belly button towards the spine. One more deep breath. Inhale through center. Exhale, bring that foot across the body. Push through the heel, pull the toes back. Think about keeping that left glute on the ground, stretching through the IT band. Keep pushing through that heel. Oh, that's a great stretch. Deep inhale. As you exhale, come all the way into the twist. So let the foot drop to the ground. Left hand can reach out. Don't worry about shoving that shoulder. Just take a nice gentle twist. One more deep breath with the twist. Next inhale, that left leg's coming back up. Engage the core. Slowly release the foot out of the strap. Set the strap down. Point the toes. Stretch the arms up overhead. This time we're going to interlace the fingers. Reach up and over. Let the shoulders come all the way up by the ears. And then pull them down. Engage those shoulder blades. Point and flex the toes. Deep inhale. Exhale, bring both knees into the chest. Give yourself a tight squeeze. Take a little rock side to side. And from here, you can either choose to rock up to seated or just bring yourself up. If you're gonna rock, we'll take just 2 or 3 to roll through the spine. And then we'll come up to a comfortable seated posture. So you can choose however that works for you. Just take note of which leg is closer because we'll eventually switch those. Just take a moment to roll the shoulders all the way up to the earlobes, down and back. 2 more times. Inhale up, exhale down. Opposite direction, back, up, and forward. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. And then just bringing your neck to a neutral position. So a little tuck of the chin. Try to let the knees relax as much as you can. You can sit on a pillow. You want to give yourself a little extra height there. We're just going to let the right ear drop to the right shoulder. So we're stretching out the left edge of the neck. So bring your left hand down to the ground, and that should then bring the stretch through the shoulder. So you can stay right there, or you can bring the right hand up and over and just gently lay the hand or the palm on the head just to give it a tiny little extra tug. Inhale, release, and drop that right hand down, left ear to left shoulder, and then that optional extra little stretch there. Inhale, release that hand. We're going to inhale, look all the way up. Try to point the chin all the way at the ceiling. Exhale, opposite, so really tuck. Try to think about the base of the neck, reaching for the ceiling. Inhale up. Exhale. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale, tuck that chin as tight as you can. And release. We'll bring the hands to the knees and just come through a couple barrel rolls, rolling out the spine, and then really hollow out the belly as you come back. Push through the chest, round the spine, and take it in the opposite direction. And coming back to neutral, and just switching the crossing of legs. That opposite leg inside. Inhale the arms up overhead. Reach nice and high, then have those shoulder blades down. As you exhale, twist over to your right. Left hand to knee, right hand back behind. Inhale nice and long. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Inhale, bring those arms up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Inhale, bring the arms up. So we're adding a little extra breath here. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist a bit deeper. Inhale, up. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen up. This time we're going to exhale, fold it forward. Bring the hands down to the ground. Push into the hands to really bring the sits bones back towards the earth, and then drop your head on down. Take 2 deep breaths into the back. Feel the back stretch. And on your next inhale, you're going to pull yourself forward, coming into your tabletop posture. Once you're in that tabletop, you're going to come into puppy pose. So you're going to push into the tops of the feet, start to walk the hands forward until you can drop either the chin or the forehead to the mat, keeping the hips high right above the knees. With each exhale, see if you can sink the heart a little bit deeper into the mat. Really trying not to hold on in the shoulders, but just embrace the stretch. Next inhale, we're going to walk ourselves back to that tabletop posture. Coming into our cat-cow. So as you inhale, drop the belly, open the heart, gazing up. As you exhale, work your way through the spine. Tuck that chin last. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times, moving with your own breath. Really try to lengthen the breath. Returning to a neutral spine after your second round. Just checking that you have a little micro bend in the elbows, pushing through the fingertips. And then you're going to take that right foot back to tap with the ball of the foot. Deep inhale here. As you exhale, bring the knee towards the chest. Inhale, lengthen. So you can either just tap it back or you can keep it lifted. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, really try to lift the knee as close as you can to the chest. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And bring that knee back down. We're going to come into a modified side plank. So we're going to stretch that right foot out one more time and then drop the heel down to stack the hips. Make sure your left hand is under your shoulder. Keep that little bend. And then you can always kickstand that bottom foot out as little or as much as you need to help stabilize yourself. Then lift that right arm up over. Keep pushing through that right edge of the foot to try to balance, bring some of the weight into not just this bottom leg, but in the top leg as well. If it's available, you can gaze up to that thumb or straight out or down at that left hand if you need a little help with balance. One more deep breath. Exhale, you bring that right hand back down, coming back into your tabletop posture, and we'll take it to the other side. So checking that the hands are under shoulders. Let that left foot step back. Deep inhale here, really lengthen even through the crown of the head. Exhale, bring that knee towards the chest as tight as you can. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Pull that knee up. Inhale. Exhale. Last one here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull it in and drop it back down. Tap that left foot back. Stack the heel behind. Maybe kickstand that foot out. Hand is right under that shoulder, little bend in the elbow. Inhale that left hand up. Really think about pushing up through that outer left hip. Stacking the shoulders. Deep breaths. Next, inhale, bring that left hand back down, back into your tabletop. Exhale, push back down. Child's pose. Let the hips sink towards the heels. Bring the forehead down to the mat. You can keep the arms extended or you can bring the hands back along the side body. Reconnect with that intention. Reconnect with the breath. Next, inhale, make those hands active once more in that child's pose. We're going to lift up just a little bit so that we can slide that right arm under left to bring that right shoulder blade towards the mat. Drop the head down and reach that left arm forward. So you should feel a stretch across the shoulder blades. Next, inhale. Lengthen that right arm back out, take it to the other side. So thread the needle, left arm under that right, and just drop the head down to the mat, gazing under that armpit. Inhale, bring yourself back into your child's pose. Exhale, now we'll come to our down dog. So tuck the toes, lift the hips, pedal out the feet. Take your time to pedal the feet and move with your breath. And then walking our hands back towards our feet, we're going to come into ragdoll. So you can have the feet as wide as you like. They can be as wide as the mat or hip distance apart. And then you can shake out the head, yes and no. Grab opposite elbow. Play with maybe bending the knees a lot and then maybe straightening them as much as you can. Slowly release the hands back down, back into our downward facing dog. You're gonna inhale to the tiptoes, exhale as you walk to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift, nice 90-degree angle. Exhale, deep fold. We're gonna do that 2 more times. Inhale, really think about moving, flowing through the spine. Exhale, fold. Take your time. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up, coming to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, diving on down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back. I'm gonna go classical style today, so I'm gonna drop the knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, slide it on through to that cobra. Exhale, push back towards child's pose. Then bring yourselves up, downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths. Take whatever vinyasa style you're comfortable with. Just know that we're taking it a little bit slower and gentler today. So try to keep that theme within your sun salutations as well. Inhale to the tiptoes. Exhale, bring yourself to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold deeply, tuck the chin. Try to bring that crown of the head all the way down towards the ground. Inhale, sweep it all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hinge down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step it back to plank. Dropping the knees, the chest, and the chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, down dog. 3 deep breaths. Reconnecting with that intention as we come to stillness. Inhale to the tiptoes. Exhale, walk it forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, deep fold, crown to the ground. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Final round here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, take it back. Drop it down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, bring it back. Downward facing dog. We're gonna add on from here. So we're gonna inhale, take that right foot forward in between the hands. Right, so from there, you can choose to drop the knee or you can keep it lifted. Inhale, sink the hips, gaze up. Exhale, push the hips back, bowing over that front leg. Inhale, bring it forward. Exhale, bring it back. Breathing through. A couple more breaths. And let's inhale, sink it forward, just for a full breath. Rather than that flow, we're gonna pause for a moment. And then as you exhale, same thing, take it back. Play with maybe lifting the toes off the mat or bringing them down, but doing the opposite of what you've been doing. Take a full breath there. Inhale, bring it forward, plant that left hand, and then bring that right hand up, coming into the twist. Bringing that right hand back down to the inside of your right leg. We're gonna come into lizard pose, all right? So both arms are on the inside of that right leg. My back knee is down. It can be up if that feels better for you. You might stay right here. This might be more than enough stretch if you want to at least see if you can take it deeper. The next step is to take that left arm down. If you want to see if you can take it further, then that right arm comes down. Now we stay up on both hands, so we're getting a really intense left hip flexor, front hip flexor stretch here. And then we'll start to bring one arm up and the other arm up. Gonna tuck the back toes, lift the hips up so that you can come into that wide-legged fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, deep fold. Relax the neck and the head. Let gravity do the work. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bring it to the back of our mat. Maybe drop that right knee. Inhale, sink the hips, gaze up. Exhale, push the hips back. Flowing a couple times, feeling into the hips. And then come to pause in that front lunge for a bit. Really, so you can sink into that front flexor, open that heart up. And as you exhale, bring those hips back for a full breath. Play with where you bring your foot. Inhale, we're gonna bring it back forward. Plant that right hand. Inhale, left hand up to the sky for the twist. One more deep breath. And that left hand is going to come to the inside of your left foot. All right, so coming into lizard lunge. If you're staying up on the hands, you're just thinking about pushing that left knee into the left tricep and pushing the left tricep back. All right, so creating a little resistance there and just sinking deeper. If it's available, you might come down onto that right arm, forearm, maybe the left. One side is likely going to feel different than the other side. Just try to stay here for about 2 more breaths. Play, and slowly come back up, one arm at a time. Lift that back knee so you can push both hips back, coming into that wide-legged stance. Once more on the wide edge of your mat. Bring the toes in, heels out. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, drop it down. Maybe choosing a different arm variation, maybe reaching through or grabbing the ankles. Inhale, we're going to come half lift. Pause here for a moment. Bring the hands close together, creating a heart shape with your thumbs and fingers. So they're like overlapping. So you can then inhale that right arm up into a twist. So we're stacking shoulders once again, but with wide legs. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, right hand up. And exhale. Really use the breath to help you twist. And then we're going to bring it back over to the front of our mat, in front of that right foot. All right. We're going to step that back foot to meet the front foot. So we're at the front of our mat, even though I'm facing the wrong way. So both feet are at the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, deep fold. And inhale, bring the arms all the way up, coming to stand. You're going to grab your strap. So we're going to play with a little bit of balance. Of course, you can come near a wall or have a chair nearby. We're going to try to level up a little bit as what we were doing on the ground. Let's start with our right foot in the strap. So I'll give you plenty of levels to play with. So you're going to stretch those left toes and left foot out as wide as you can. All right. And then I'm going to bring just my right knee up. So this might be where you hang out. And of course, you could just have your hands on your knee here as well. We just want to make sure the shoulders don't get too tense. This is why I like to use the strap. All right, so that's option one. Option two is that maybe you can straighten the leg and it might still be down here, but you're getting that same feeling we did on the ground with the heel. You're pushing through the heel and the toes lifting. Maybe you can bring that up a little, maybe not. All right, one more deep breath. All right, and then we're going to try to bring this leg out. So maybe if you have the knee, you're just bringing the right knee out. Maybe if you've got just a low straight leg, you're here. And if you can try to lift that leg up. But what we don't want to happen is that this hip just shoots out, right? So you're trying to keep that hip on top of knee on top of ankle as much as you can. Keeping that lower body. You can use that opposite hand here. All right, we're going to inhale back through center. Last little bit, we're going to try to bring it across the body, which is the trickiest one when you're standing. All right, but that might just be the knee. Maybe leg down here, maybe leg up here. One more deep breath. Exhale, bring it back through center and down. Shake it out. Ooh, let's let a muscle work on the legs. Take that to the other side. So strap around the left foot or left knee under the left knee. Whatever floats your boat there, lots of options. All right. So once you have that ready, we're just going to spread out the right foot really wide, toes nice and wide. And think about keeping that ankle, knee, hip all in alignment. We'll just start by lifting that left knee. So the bottom of my foot is parallel to the ground. And my bottom of my thigh is as well. Right, that's the level one. Level two, we might try to straighten that leg, but foot is still down, or our leg is pointing down. And then we might play with trying to lift that foot up to get the bottom of our leg more parallel to the earth. Make sure we don't start clenching our shoulders and getting all tight. So try to keep that upper body as least engaged as possible. Now bringing the toes towards the body, push through that heel. We're going to inhale that left leg or knee out to the side and counterbalance with that opposite hand. Try not to push the hip out. It's staying. Bring myself up down. All right, keep pushing through that heel. Deep inhale. Exhale, we're gonna bring it back across the body or the knee across the body. Ooh, left hand out. One more deep breath. Ooh, back through center and drop it down. Well done. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. All right, drop that strap down. Come back to the top of your mat. Inhale, nice stretch. Exhale, deep fold down. Oh, that forward fold should feel so good. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back to plank. Dropping knees, chin and chest. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, child's to downward facing dog. Awesome. All right. Inhale. We're going to take that right leg up and through back into that low lunge. If you need to, you can fold that mat down. We're coming back onto that left knee, right? We're going to work into the twist here. So we'll take this step by step. Now the goal is to not push back, but to stay into that front lift, left hip flexor. But as we start to elevate, sometimes we start to like bring that back. So take it step by step and then just stay where you need to stay. So our first step is we're going to try to bring our hands up to our knee. And yes, it's already intense. All right. Think about tucking in the tailbone or lengthening the tailbone and lifting the pubic bone, engaging your core. All right. One more deep breath here. Our next step is to come into the twist. So we're going to try to bring that left elbow to the outside of that knee. Really think about it as you exhale, twist. Inhale, exhale, twist. Maybe you can bring the palms together, all right? If not, you can just kind of have your arms like so. It's available. We're going to push into the palms and then gaze up and over that right shoulder. Keep sinking into that left hip flex. Deep inhale. Exhale, slowly come back forward. Take your time to get there. And then we're just going to push back and straighten just to release for a moment there. All right, inhale, bring it back forward. We're going to tuck those toes. Step that right foot back. You can always skip this flow. You're going to drop the knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, child's to downward facing dog. Deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. Taking it to the other side. Inhale that left leg up. Exhale, come to step it through. Maybe double up the mat if you need to. Bring that knee down and sink that right hip down. One more full breath here. All right, next one we're preparing to come up to the hands. Let's bring the hands onto the knee. Lengthen that tailbone down to the ground. Lift up through the core. Like the zip line, the zipper line. One more deep breath here. All right, bringing that right elbow to the outside of our left knee best we can. Remember, you can simply stay right here. We'll take a deep inhale. Exhale, twist a bit deeper. Inhale. Exhale, maybe palms together. Trying to bring the thumbs closer and closer to the heart, to the center of the chest. Maybe you can gaze up and over that left shoulder. One more deep breath. Next inhale, we're coming back to the hands on the knee. Exhale, hands down. Tuck those back toes. Left foot comes back, either push back or drop the knees. Chin and chest. Inhale to cobra. Exhale to child's pose. And we're going to hold it to our child's pose. And then we'll take it to our down dog. We're going to come into pigeon. So if you take pigeon on your back, you can come to lie on your back. Otherwise, we'll lift that right leg. And as we exhale, bring that right leg forward and bring those left toes back. Otherwise, taking the figure 4 on your back here. Same stretch, different configuration. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring yourself down or reach through those legs in your figure 4. Find a space where you can relax the shoulders, relax the neck, relax the head and jaw. Couple more deep breaths here. Inhale, bringing ourselves back up and transitioning to the other side, tucking the toes, maybe coming to a down dog or just bringing that leg around. We'll take it to the left side. Reach those toes back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring yourself forward and down. You need to find a place where you can rest your head, relax your shoulders. One more deep breath. Inhale, lengthen. Maybe take a down dog just to balance it out, shake it out, and then we will come on down to our backs. So those of you that were doing figure 4, you're probably already there. So have that strap nearby. All right. So we're going to first come into our bridge pose. So have the feet glued to the ground, knees straight up, shoulder blades tucked down. Start to smooth out that lower back to the mat. So you're tucking your tailbone a little bit. And on your inhale, we're going to push into the feet, lift the hips up. Coming into a basic bridge here. Keeping the knees over the ankles. Gazing straight up. One more deep breath. And as you exhale, reach the bum towards the heels to lengthen the spine. And you can just windshield wiper left, right. And bring the knees back over the ankles. So you can always do that same round. We're going to work on clasping the hands and bringing the shoulders underneath a little bit more. So smooth the back out, tuck that tailbone, keeping the gaze up. Inhale, push into the feet, lift the hips. Now wiggling the shoulders underneath. Maybe you can interlace the fingers into a fist. Push into that fist and triceps. And see if you can lift the hips a little bit higher. Taking deep breaths into the belly. Gaze can be at the belly or straight up. Slowly releasing the hands. And on your exhale, letting the bum travel towards the heels, windshield wiper left to right. So we'll take one final round where we'll come into a supported bridge where you can put your sacrum right onto the shelf that we'll make with our hands. Of course, you can take either option we've already done. Lengthen the lower back, push it towards the mat. Deep inhale, push into the feet, lift the hips, wiggle the shoulders underneath. Then you can come to your tiptoes, sneak one hand under and the other hand under. Then let the heels return to the mat, but the hands keep pushing into the sacrum as the sacrum leans back. So creating some resistance there. Deep breaths. Inhale, come to the tiptoes so you can release the hands. And then as you exhale, sink the heels or the bum towards the heels. This time, as we windshield wiper, we're going to take the gaze to the opposite way of the knees just to release the neck a bit. We're going to now bring our hands to the kneecaps. Just give ourselves a circle in one direction, circle in the opposite direction. Bring both knees into the chest. Give yourself a tight squeeze. Release the head back down and you're going to grab that strap. So we're just going to kind of go through one last similar round to how we began, just to see how the hips feel. We won't hold it as long. So you're going to first hook that right foot, lengthen the left foot out. See if you can pull that foot in maybe a little bit closer. Maybe the hamstrings have loosened up. Bring that strap into the right hand. You're going to start to open that hip, just taking notice of maybe if it's a bit more open. That left hand can go on the left hip to remind it to stay connected to the earth. Deep inhale here. Use your exhale to bring that foot all the way up and across the body. Switch hands. Let that right hand either come down to help you counterbalance and just come a little bit of the way. Check in with that IT band. Keep pushing through that heel. This is one of the hardest tendons to stretch. It's always so tight. One more deep inhale. And as you exhale, come into that deep twist. This time maybe taking the gaze over that right shoulder and thinking about trying to ground down that right shoulder a little bit more this time. One more deep inhale. Use that exhale to bring yourself back up. And we'll switch sides. Take that strap into the left foot. Reach that right leg out. Just start by pointing those toes down, pushing that heel up. Give it a little tug. And then bringing that right hand to the right hip. Slowly start to let that left leg drop open. See where it's at. One more deep breath. Bringing that foot up and across the body, switching hands. Maybe using that arm to counterbalance. Really push through that heel, stretch that IT band. And then come into that full twist, drop the foot down, gaze out over that left shoulder. Deep inhale. Use that exhale to engage the core. Bring that left leg back up. Release the strap. Drop it to the side. Give yourself a tight squeeze. And then bring the soles of the feet together. Reach through. Grab either the ankles or the feet. And then push the knees away. So we're in a reclined butterfly. And I like just to take a little movement into the hips here. We've done a lot of hip opening today. Hopefully that's feeling good for you. And then we'll come into our happy baby. So we'll bring the soles of the feet up towards the sky. And then trying to flex those feet and bring the knees towards the armpits. Some people it feels good just to hold it. Some like to rock side to side. You can see what feels good for you. And if you're rocking, sometimes it's even nice to like straighten one leg and then the other leg. Straight-ish, maybe. Coming back to center. And just taking a minute here to take any last postures that might feel good to you before we come into Shavasana. So if you want to maybe take a shoulder stand or move to somewhere where you can have your legs up the wall even for your Shavasana. But we'll take about another 30 to 40 seconds to iron out any last kinks. Or grab any props. Maybe you want a pillow under the knee. And starting to settle into your Shavasana. Maybe just sighing out a few deep breaths. Let the feet fall out. Relax all the way up to the knees, through the hips. Let the breath return to a natural state so you can release the abdomen or the lungs. Shoulders fall away from the ears, tucking under the body, and then relaxing all the way out to the fingertips. Relax the jaw, the tongue, the muscles around the mouth and nose and eyes, all the way out to the ears and up and over up to the crown of the head. Completely surrendering here. Connecting with that mantra, the breath, to honor this final posture. slowly begin to deepen the breath. Inviting tiny movements into the body. Bringing the arms up overhead, coming into that full body stretch. And on your next exhale, bringing the knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug. Showing yourself gratitude for showing up to the mat today. And gently rolling on to your favorite side. Pausing in the first posture our bodies ever knew. Connecting with a moment of gratitude in your day. Someone or something that brought you joy. And gently, as you're ready, bringing yourself up to a comfortable seated posture. Keeping the eyes restful. Inhaling the arms up overhead. Exhaling the hands to heart center. Begin to rub the palms together to create heat and energy. And then covering the eyes. May we use this energy to see the beauty within ourselves, with others, within our world. Bringing the palms together once more. This time covering the ears. May we use this energy to hear positive thoughts about ourselves, about others, and about our world. Last time, this time transferring the energy over the heart. May we use this energy to live our truth and love ourselves fully. One last deep inhale. Exhale. Namaste.